Beneath the surface of the open ocean, where the water fades from turquoise to deep blue, lies a world of immense scale and constant motion. This is the pelagic zone, a vast, three-dimensional wilderness far from any shore. Here, there is no solid ground, no place to anchor, no shelter to retreat into. Life is a continuous journey, dictated by the rhythm of wind and water. And in this boundless expanse, something impossibly delicate drifts with the currents. It looks like a fragment of sky that forgot to stay above, a living jewel cast upon the sea. This is the blue dragon, known to science as... It is not a dragon of fire or stone, but of quiet survival. A master of adaptation, it has made its home in one of the most challenging environments on Earth. No bigger than a thumb, it floats upside down, its life tethered to the very surface of the water. This inverted posture is not an accident. It is the key to its existence. The blue dragon periodically swallows a tiny bubble of air, trapping it within a sac in its stomach. This internal flotation device is just buoyant enough to keep it suspended at the air-sea interface, a place rich with opportunity and peril. It has no shell, no armor, no place to hide. And yet, it thrives. Its survival depends on a brilliant deception. From above, its deep blue back, technically its foot, blends seamlessly into the dark abyss of the ocean below, hiding it from seabirds. From beneath, its pale, silvery underside, its true back, disappears into the bright, shimmering glow of the surface, camouflaging it from predators in the water column. This strategy, known as counter-shading, makes the blue dragon a living ghost, present but unseen. Its body is adorned with elegant, finger-like appendages called serrata. These are not merely for decoration. They increase the slug's surface area, helping it to float, and they serve a purpose so remarkable it borders on the unbelievable. It is camouflage born from balance, neither fighting the sea nor escaping it, but becoming part of it. The blue dragon is a true nomad of the high seas, a pelagic nudibranch found drifting in the temperate and tropical waters of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. It does not swim the way fish do. It surrenders. It lets go, carried wherever the wind and currents decide to take it. These forces concentrate floating life into long, shimmering lines on the surface known as windrows, a buffet line for the creatures of the Newston, the community of organisms living at the ocean's surface. And it is here, in these crowded slicks, that the blue dragon finds its purpose. What makes the blue dragon truly remarkable is not how it looks, but what it eats. It feeds on creatures far more dangerous than itself. Other members of the Blue Fleet, like the infamous Portuguese man-o'-war. This floating colony of organisms is not a true jellyfish, but a siphonophore, armed with tentacles that can stretch for meters, each one loaded with thousands of stinging cells containing venom strong enough to kill fish and cause excruciating pain in humans. Most animals give these floating terrors a wide berth. The blue dragon seeks them out. With a thick mucus coating and a hardened cuticle for protection, it cautiously approaches its prey, nibbling on the very tentacles that would spell death for others. And here is the quiet miracle.
It does not simply survive their poison, it steals it. The stinging cells, called nematocysts, are consumed whole. But instead of being digested, the most potent, undischarged stingers are passed through the blue dragon's digestive system and moved into the tips of its serrata. This act of biological theft is known as kleptocnidae. The blue dragon takes the venom, concentrates it, and stores it, creating a defensive weapon far more powerful than the one from which it was stolen. What was meant to destroy becomes protection. What should have ended its story becomes the reason it continues. There is no aggression in this act, only adaptation. A silent, brilliant strategy passed down through millennia. They are both fragile and fearless, soft-bodied yet untouchable, tiny yet commanding respect. Blue dragons are hermaphrodites, possessing both male and female reproductive organs. When two meet, they can mate, a delicate dance in the open ocean. Afterwards, they lay strings of tiny eggs, often on the skeletal remains of their prey or other floating debris, a fragile cradle set adrift on the vast sea. From these eggs, tiny veliger larvae hatch, already equipped for a life of wandering. They drift alone, never meeting their parents, never guided or taught. Survival comes not from instruction, but from instinct, from the slow learning of the sea itself. For most of their lives, they are invisible, rarely seen, easily overlooked. But their existence is precarious. A powerful storm can churn the surface, disrupting the delicate ecosystem they depend on. And sometimes the same winds that bring them their food can become a fatal trap. Driven by onshore winds, entire flotillas of the Blue Fleet can be washed ashore. It is here that humans might catch a glimpse of it, this living jewel, glowing blue against the sand. Many don't realize what they're seeing. Something so beautiful must be harmless, they think. But nature does not work that way. The concentrated venom stored in its cerata makes a stranded blue dragon a hidden danger. A single touch can deliver a sting more painful than that of the man of war it consumed. Beauty is not a promise of safety. Fragility is not weakness, and survival is not always loud. And yet they have existed for millions of years, quietly proving that strength does not always roar. As ocean currents shift with a changing climate, the ranges of these drifters are also changing, leading to more frequent strandings in new locations. They are a beautiful and sometimes painful reminder of how interconnected our world is, from the vastness of the open ocean to the sands of our local beach. The blue dragon reminds us that life does not always win by force. Sometimes it wins by understanding its limits and working within them, by accepting what cannot be changed and transforming what can. In a world that tells us to fight harder, grow bigger, move faster, this tiny creature drifts, adapts, and endures. It doesn't conquer the ocean, it yields to it. It doesn't defeat its enemy, it becomes its enemy. And perhaps that is the lesson it leaves behind in its silent wake. That survival isn't about dominating the world, but learning how to live within it. That even the smallest life, carried by unseen currents, can find a way to endure, beautiful, resilient, and quietly unstoppable.